Elizabeth. Let's go over your work here. I appreciate the early submission. You have formatted it correctly in putting your original article. So let's just point out a couple of things here. What's in highlight means that came directly from your source. All of this should be highlighted, so don't panic. That should be those colors. Works cited, you want to make sure that you center that. There's no colon, and then you need the hanging indent. So right here, you would indent that over. And the most current MLA format tells us that we don't actually have to put this entire website here. You would shorten it, and then you have to put the date that you accessed it. And so when you are doing these, if you're using any sort of generator or copying and pasting it from the citation that is in EBSCO, which I am not saying don't do that, I think that's a great starting point, but you have to go to that OWL Purdue website and then check it and make sure that you have everything in order. So this is close. So let's come down here. Here's what I want to point out. This is all in red, and it should be because it's your quote. The only thing it's missing is you say researchers say, but that's very vague. You don't want words that researchers say, because as an audience, I'm going to say, well, who? What researchers? So you would end it right here. The period goes, you have to have parentheses right here. So you have an author, and so I'm going to guess that this right here is the last name and Liz is her first name. So you have to make sure that you put the last name first. So I'm going to guess it's Sabo. So Sabo, comma, Liz. And then down here, you would put in the quote, beginning parentheses, author's last name, and then page number in parentheses, period. So hope that helps. Let's go down here. On your paraphrasing and summary, you're also lacking the source attribution, which makes this unintentional plagiarism. And that's why we do this assignment. And so you can fix it, and you're learning how to do this. So anytime you use a paraphrase or a summary, and your summary is shorter, so that's good, and your paraphrase is the longest one, and that's good. And the reason I have the color on is because I'd like to point out no color, which means you did not just copy and paste it down there. So good. But what I want you to do is go in and use your sources. You want to vary up how you use them. So you could say, according to SASBO, ADHA, or did you mean ADHD? Is a commonly misdiagnosed disorder. And then at the end, you would put, since you already put the author's last name up here, you would put last name, page number, not last name, you already did last name. Let me back up so I'm very clear. According to SASBO, ADHD is a commonly misdiagnosed disorder, Get to the end here, ADHD, parenthesis, page number, in parenthesis, period. Another way that you could do that, because you always want to vary it up. In an article called youngest in class, because you always want to use a shortened version of the author, of the title. So you would put, in an article, quote, youngest in class, it states that, and then at the end, beginning parentheses, SASBO, page number, in parentheses, period. So let's try it again and resubmit it, and let's see if you can get all those things down. So I hope this helps. Thank you again for doing such a good job in this class.